Hey everyone, we're here to show you how to disassemble and reassemble your Ultra SS rear hub. You'll need an 8mm hex key and a 2.5mm hex key. The same process can be followed for all axle configurations of the Ultra SS. Begin this process with the axle bolts or through axle removed. Begin by removing the non-drive side end cap with a very firm tug. Once removed, locate the pinch bolt on the preload collar and use your 2.5mm hex key to loosen. The preload collar can now be removed. Go ahead and hold the hub from the drive side and unthread the collar counterclockwise. Now with the collar removed, you can remove the axle by pressing firmly towards the drive side of the hub. Once the axle is pulled across the hub, a firm tug will remove it from the drive side bearing. Before proceeding forward, go ahead and clean off any dirt and debris that may have collected on the bearing faces, as well as on the seal surface between the driver and the hub shell. Remove the driver using a firm tug. Before reinstalling the driver, go ahead and clean the ridges against the hub shell and on the back of the driver. This makes up a labyrinth seal and should be free of any dirt, debris, or grease. Plug the driver into the hub using a counterclockwise rotation or freewheel motion. Once into the clutch, seat using a firm push on the palm of your hand. Now to install the axle, press firmly through the drive side of the hub. A firm press might be necessary. Be sure to press squarely. Lay the hub on the bench and press on top of the axle to seat into place. Once the axle has been seated across the hub, give it a firm push, and you are now ready to install your preload collar. Thread the preload collar on using a clockwise rotation until it just touches the bearing. Notice we are holding the axle using the palm of the hand on the drive side of the hub. Once secured, go ahead and use your 2.5mm hex key to tighten the pinch bolt on the preload collar. Next, press your non-drive side end cap back onto the axle and prep the hub for install into your frame. Now that the hub is installed in your frame, double check that the axle or through bolt is tightened to riding torque spec. Now take your 2.5mm hex key and loosen the pinch bolt on the preload collar. Rotating counterclockwise will loosen preload and allow side-to-side play into the hub. Rotating clockwise will tighten preload and alleviate side-to-side play. Too much preload will cause bearing drag and the hub to spin slowly. Adjust until you find your sweet spot. Then tighten the pinch bolt using your 2.5mm hex key. You are now done and ready to hit the track.